my project, I had to think about how I would categorize myself. So I was kind of thinking that I normally think of myself as a logical person, calm and collected most of the time. So I wanted to make my alter ego puppet kind of as whimsical and as ridiculous as possible. So it's actually a puppet doll. And this is a snake with awesome teeth. And I tried to give him braces, but he didn't want them, so what can you do? And actually, his tongue unrolls. His tongue piercing, I'm sorry, because he's cool, unrolls. And it's kind of mimicking the effect of this random tail at the back. And on the other side of my puppet doll is the doll part. Right now she's wearing my name, but I'm going to take that off. She's a fish countess from the 18th century, probably from France. I gave her a little mole. And to stay up, because she's not all there mentally, she has to hold on to her snake friend with a little string and button. And because she's so great, a little bit curvy maybe, she also likes to show some legs, as you can see, right there. Unfortunately, she had an accident, horse and carriage, you know, so one fell off. It's kind of putrefying right now, but she'll get better, especially with the help of her snake friend.
Yeah, from some angles this looks like a weird, like hairy ice cream cone, or some kind of creature chomping down on something else. But so I wanted the alter ego to have this like built-in hiding mechanism. So the actual doll is like inside, so you can sort of gut it, flip it inside out. And he has this little sort of purse that's like permanently in the back. So I just wanted it to be kind of like strange and unintelligible. I didn't really want it to have like much of a solid body. It kind of has a strange horn with little baby versions like clumped onto its back. So I was just sort of straying away from human forms, giving him little horns and that sort of thing, and just sort of pictured it as a creature that in any given moment or situation could just, you know, fold into itself. And originally I had a zipper that was working, but it's highly cheap, so it no longer is functioning. This can be the doll, or it can have its other strange form. That's about it. There we go.
Hello. This is my doll. It started off as a cute little cuddly girl, I guess. I made her kind of happy. Most people say that I'm happy, so I kind of made her like me to start with, or at least on the outside. She's got happy flowers and a ponytail and buttons and little blonde hair. And then I made it so that, again, if her dress or outfit kind of turns inside out, it becomes this kind of darker, strange monster type creature, which I guess is slightly representative of your inner demons, or your inside bad thoughts about yourself that maybe other people don't always get to see. And he doesn't necessarily look scary, but more worried or sad, I guess, which is how I was feeling on the inside, so he kind of became my inner alter ego.
This is my doll after transformation. It's a twin baby. And then before transformation, it was actually a rabbit with transforming faces that you can do by switching the position of the eyes. And 2 socks. basically that's it. Because my inspiration came from a rabbit, because for my first project I was going to do something related to rabbits. So, and then because I myself, me and my sister were also twins, so I decided to just make it into one and transform it into twins.
Can extend its arms and change
The cigarette.
yeah, you can change the way. I think it's more transformative in terms of performativity and like who wears it and how they react while wearing the character.
So for my alter ego assignment, I did 2 different stuffed animals or stuffed toys, where the first kind of represents like me, a regular average body type shape, and the second is something more weird and elaborate. But what I wanted to do was, for this one, represent something kind of like really comfortable looking, but also kind of demonic. And so what happens is the one goes inside of the other and is almost kind of consumed by this more demon-like one. And you have to just put this button over here, in which now this one is consumed by that one. So what I was kind of going for was that because this one was kind of more comfortable, I thought maybe it kind of signifies that I can get really into being lazy and just kind of like mellowing out on a couch, and that's almost like the devil for me, because it talks about progress and things like that. So yeah, it's just kind of an interactive, fun toy in which the head gets kind of replaced with this demon-like stuffed toy.
Alter ego doll, I made it faceless because when you actually flip the hood on a head, the face is actually on the back. And I also made this weird looking hand, and how it altered is put it up here. It's the hair, the braid. So this is the doll that I did for the studio project. My inspiration was old Victorian dolls that used to have their eyes shut when they were lying down, but then when you lifted them up, they would open. I just really liked the idea of having a really beautiful, well, nice-looking, innocent-looking doll with the eyelashes and the emphasis on the eyes, and I wanted the action of the transformation to seem like it's coming from the eyes. And I guess there's 2 transformations that I intended for the doll. So the first one is when you use the zippers to open the eyes. I think it's kind of a creepy action, but at the same time, the approachable look of the doll is kind of deceiving. And then I just sewn in some, I forget what this is called, but like they're supposed to be like roots, so that when you flip the doll over for the second transformation, it would kind of combine together, and it goes from being a human to like a rabbit. And I just like the idea of having 2 different transformations at the same time. So one would be deceiving and one would be obvious. That's my doll.
This is my person that I made. Their name is Jonathan Muskrat, and his head goes like this, which this was a very like process-oriented creation thing for me, in that the idea that I had when I started out ended up being like really different than the final thing. But I really liked that. Like I wasn't sure what direction it was going in for a while, but then by the end of it, I like felt happy with it, like it was successful or whatever. And so I think that like it's kind of like a process transformation thing for me, which I guess you can't necessarily like read on the final doll, but like there's like the idea of like you know, this doll's embodiment transformed a lot throughout its creation, and yeah, so Jonathan Muskrat.
This is my little alter ego doll, and what I sort of did was based off of both sides of myself and how I sort of approach different situations. So the first normal, most normal looking form is this girl. She's got a little bit of creepy eyes. So looks a little bit sweet, but at the same time can be a little bit harsh and blunt, which I find myself to be on a normal occasion. And her transformation sort of switches to the complete opposite of being bold and blunt and sort of very opinionated to, we have to sort of roll it up. And what happens is she transforms into a snail. And I felt that that was sort of representational of myself because I sort of have these both sides, again, as I said, of being blunt and upfront and harsh, but at the same time sort of avoid conflict and keep cool and calm and to myself. And that's it.